Today I'm going to talk about why I'm taking on a new job. In fact, I think it's going to be my third or even fourth job. So yeah, I'm going to share all the reasons, financial or otherwise, why I'm doing this. For those who watch my other videos, you will know that I'm doing a tuition business with some business partners. So I teach lessons there, and I also run my website and of course this YouTube channel, which makes me some money, right? And now I'm going to take on a new full-time job that will start in July. So I think it would be quite interesting to share my perspective of why, as a self-employed business owner, I am actually taking on a full-time job as an employee in a SME. And I think there are a few very compelling reasons, so I'll just like to share it with you. Now, these reasons are not ordered in terms of priority, but I have to start with a number one, and the number one reason is it is an added source of income. Now, if you have followed my blog or my YouTube channel for some time, you know that I keep talking about side hustles and trying to increase income. So this is one way I'm actually walking the talk. I'm taking on a full-time job on top of my existing things to show that it can be done, and of course get a new income stream with CPF contributions. On top of earning a salary, I also get CPF contributions, and this is actually one of the rare ways you can exceed the CPF annual limit of almost $40,000, because the limit is actually on a per employment basis. So if I get my salary from my tuition business, it is capped at 6K gross, and the new income that I'm getting is also capped at 6K gross. I can actually get the maximum CPF contribution from both jobs and sort of supercharge my CPF savings. Now, CPF aside, of course, added income is added income, and I really look forward to having a regular paycheck every month. Usually my side income fluctuates. Even tuition business, the income fluctuates somewhat from year to year. And this seems like a regular paycheck I can look forward to every month, and hopefully with my job performance I can get bonuses and pay increment. Boss, if you're watching this. As an employee, there are also a lot of other perks like flexi benefits. There are also annual leave, right? Unheard of as a self-employed person. I can go on annual leave and still get paid. And also, of course, public holidays, I don't need to be working, which as a self-employed person, you usually work through holidays, weekends, those sort of things. So an employment job offers a lot of income as well as non-monetary benefits like leave, MC, yeah, all kinds of other perks. So I have a goal to FIRE before age 40, and I think that this job will bring me much closer to that goal. Yeah, and if all goes well, I might even retire at 38, right? I'm now 34, so there are about 4 to 6 years to reach my goal. Now, the fastest way to get money, I think, is to earn more money. And I feel like there's a lot of emphasis on maximizing your investment returns, but there are relatively few people who will talk about increasing your income instead. And what's a better way than to triple your income? Get 3 jobs, right? I may sound like I'm kidding, but that's actually what I'm doing in essence, okay? Tuition business, my website, and then this new employment thing. Personally, I subscribe to Pareto's principle, and I feel that the low-hanging fruit, which is 80% of your returns, actually come from 20% of your work. So if you have a job and you do it 100% well, your reward is only about 100%. But if you have 3 things and you put in 20% of your best work into each, you get 80%, 80%, 80%, right? Roughly like that. But I do feel it really works out. The next reason why I'm taking out this job is because I think there's a lot to learn from this opportunity, and it complements my existing businesses like my tuition business as well as Satisfy.com and this YouTube channel. I'm joining an SME that's been established for more than 10 over years, and the history looks a little bit similar to my own business. My business is 7 years old, and I think has grown to about 5-6 plus employees, and I think we are encountering some sort of growing pains, and I think knowing how another SME operates would actually bring valuable lessons to my tuition business, and so that I can actually scale it to a larger SME than it already is. Yeah, and I think learning other people's business processes, good practices, even if it's a totally unrelated field, actually helps me be a better manager for my own business. And being an employee myself, I think will help me learn what it's like being an employee, and therefore I can relate better to my employees in my own business. And yeah, make things better for them, because now I know what it feels like being on the other side of the pond. The new job, I would say, will also complement this YouTube channel as well as my website, because it is in the finance field. Now, I'm not going to go into details about the job right now. Okay, you can subscribe if I go into that topic. But it is in the field of personal finance, so I think that this new job will actually help me have more content ideas and more things to write about, to make videos about for my website and YouTube channel. Now, learning is one of those things that once you reach your 30s, I think you start to want to learn more because you realize how little you actually know. So this, I think, is an excellent chance for me to learn and also earn an income for it. So yeah, no brainer for me. I'm joining because it's a good chance. Another reason why I've decided to go on this pursuit is because I want the experience of working, and my workplace is in CBD. Now, I used to joke that people who work in CBD are part of the working dead because they are a little bit like zombies and shuffling their way to work. And I'm going to be one of them come July. And I think so far I've gone for the training and I find it quite an experience. Waking up early, going to CBD area, having breakfast there and then reporting for work. It is quite an experience. I so far quite enjoy it. I might change my tune after a few months or so, but so far I think it's refreshing, and at the time of my life right now, I feel like a change of pace is actually much welcomed. And so I look forward to being a salaryman in the Central Business District. If y'all see me, please say hi, but don't be creepy. And I think such an experience will help me relate better to my readers who are working adults with full-time jobs. So when I say y'all should take side hustle, I'm coming from a place of, hey, I have a full-time job also, I can still do my side hustle. Or some people say that, hey, rush hour traffic cannot do well on iPad, right? But I've experienced that, and I think it's so far possible. The trains are not that packed at the times where I go to and knock off from work. So yeah, I think this experience will be an overall net benefit to myself as a person and also to my other businesses. Hey, if you like my stuff, press the like button, and thank you for keeping my channel going. One last benefit of getting a jobby job right now, I feel, is that I can network and make more friends and expand my social circle. Now, it's not just to network for business opportunities, although that is nice and that's good, but I feel like when you reach your 30s, your pool of friends actually starts to shrink rather than expand. So I think by taking up a job, you know, I have colleagues to hang out with after work, right? Yeah, more friends to either do business with or just chit chat, those sort of things. My peers tend to have friends that they make from uni or from their workplace, and for me, that's really two things that I don't have. I've never been to college, and I also never been in the formal working environment with actual colleagues, aside from the few business partners I have at my business. So I think this is a chance for me to interact with more people from different walks of life, again, make friends, and also see things from different perspectives. Again, once you're in my age, right, 30-something, you start to really appreciate these sort of things. In my 20s, I didn't really care what other people are doing, but now I'm super curious and really appreciative of all the different experiences and perspectives shared by other people. Now, of course, it is not without downsides. Having a full-time job means that I now have to dedicate a lot of time to this endeavor, and things like my tuition lessons as well as my site development and YouTube video making will now have to more or less revolve around this full-time commitment. And I think that would pose some challenges to things like having a social life, having enough sleep. Okay, but I do believe that my calendar can be further optimized such that I can juggle all three things quite effectively. I think it works out quite well that my job will be in the daytime, and then I will have lessons in the evening and nights. And then in the late night after I'm done with everything, I still have some pockets of time to work on my website as well as my YouTube channel. And of course, my entire Sunday is free right now, and that would be for downtime, making YouTube video like now, and yeah, any other thing that requires my attention. And I think that having a packed schedule like this will force me to have better time management and help me deal with my very bad habit of procrastinating. Because when you don't have much time already, there's no time to procrastinate, you'll just do it because deadlines are looming, I have a YouTube video to upload today, those sort of things. And I think it should work out well, fingers crossed. Now, beyond just time, I feel like a more worrying issue is whether or not I will have the bandwidth to tackle and handle multiple jobs as well as my personal life. And bandwidth is something that I realize is very important, even more so than time, I feel, because if you don't have the bandwidth for something, it really doesn't matter how much time you have, you just won't want to do it or have no motivation to do it. So having bandwidth is very, very important, and a new job will invariably eat into this bandwidth. But I feel that it will also make me reprioritize things in my life. right? There are some things I realized that don't hold that much value in my life, and I can actually cut those out of the picture to make space for new and fruitful endeavors. These are highly personal things, of course, but I've come to realize that when I put my effort towards a job or a work-related pursuit, it tends to grow flowers and bear fruit. But on some personal items, I feel like no matter how I try to water or grow them, they never grow, and in fact, they turn out to be disappointments. So I would rather double down on my professional life than to waste time on certain things that don't bear me fruit. Yeah, so I think that bandwidth can be managed like time, and I think I have a good idea on how to manage my bandwidth. So I'm very excited to start my new job, and I'm looking forward to all the value add that I can provide to the company. And of course, the other way around is true as well. I look forward to all the things, experiences, and other things that I can learn from the company and become a better business owner, become a better employee. So I think this experience will be a very interesting and highly rewarding one if it works out, but I think I can make it work. So stay subscribed if you want to see my experience unfold over the next few months or so. Right, if you like my content, drop me a like. Right, subscribe to my Telegram group also for more content and great deals, and I'll see you next video.